What's up guys, my name is Rage and welcome to the third episode of Prison. So I did switch servers. This is a server called BounceMC. It's a great server. It recently just reset. The reason I decided to switch was because I felt the community was a little bit better and a little bit closer, a little more tighter knit than that on DGPvP. So the current spawn looks great. Let me see if I can turn my render distance up without lagging too much, because this spawn is extremely elaborate. It does lag a little bit. You can see I'm getting about 20 frames. But it gets a lot better in the mines. But I mean, I'd rather sacrifice a couple of frames than, get a bad spawn. But so you can see that there's 4 different things. You see we have the donor mines, which I am a donor on the server. I donated last reset. I am the gold rank, which is the second highest rank. So donor mines, if you're a donor, you can go over there and mine stuff. Here is the, what does this say? Info. So if you're a player starting out, you can just go over there, get all the stuff you want to know. And then over here, what's this? Stupid clouds. And over here is a shop. You can buy stuff. You can't really sell anything though. Those are at either the plot mine shops or the actual mines themselves. And then the mines A through Z. Currently I am rank B. What I did was I played a little bit to get the feel of the reset, so I didn't look like a complete noob at least when I got into it. So I'm relatively experienced to an extent. So the rank up from B to C is 450,000. Now, so this is the third version, I guess, of BounceMC. If the name sounds moderately familiar to any of you guys, Strawberry Jam played on the server, I'd say about a year ago in version 1. Version 1 was really, I'd say like it went like this. I feel that this version is the best version by far. I mean, version 1 didn't even go to Z, and neither did version 2 as the ranks go, but this one goes to Z. It's very elaborate. You can tell that the owner, Gunnish1, put a ton of effort into making the server, and it's great to see that, you know, he's into making it a good player experience, which I think is something BlazyPvP is lacking. BlazyPvP, I feel, is kind of, how would you say it? Just the owner doesn't seem to care about the players. NXT Boy the Third. I mean, he made a decent server, and it was great, you know, last year in the BlazyPvP 4.0, you know, before 5.0 released and the new reset. I just feel that NXT Boy the Third is kind of lacking a little bit, and I'd like to see him pick it up. But anyways, I do have a topic to talk about, kind of, and that is the fact that I'm not in my normal gaming setup. Primarily, I think I mentioned this in a previous DGPvP video, and I think also a BlazyPvP video. But essentially, I'm just going to go into depth with this. So I'm redoing my room. My parents wanted me to redo it because they thought the resale value of the house would end up increasing. Plus, I mean, I still have like 2 or 3 years I can stay at the house, and, you know, they wanted me to have a good room for me to stay in and, you know, come back to, you know, in summer vacation in college and things like that. So essentially, what happened was, you know, we took all the furniture out, and we were like, I was like, hey, where the heck am I going to sleep? Where am I going to set up my computer? So they were like, okay, well, you're going to sleep in your sister's room, which my sister's room actually got remodeled, I'd say, about only like a month ago. Like, it's recently redone. It's great. What we did was we actually turned 2 rooms, and like, oh, I just hit a glass. That was really awkward and unprofessional. But we just made 2 rooms and turned it into 1, and that's her room. So I just have like a little twin mattress that I kind of sleep on temporarily until my room gets set up. And then, you know, we obviously took the furniture out of my room, stuff like that, and I was like, hey, where's my computer gonna go? And the only place we really had for it was down in the basement, and this may be like the worst place for me to record like videos, and I seem to be getting a little bit of a lag, and I do have a lot of call. I'm gonna go ahead and sell that. Like, the basement is probably the worst place to record like, you know, videos, because there's no like doors or like rooms or walls or anything really separating the basement, like the area where my thing is at. I don't have any. Oh, okay, I already did sell it. Okay, so I got 59,000 out of that. That's good. That's good. 59K and a total of 450K. That's nice. I like that. Plus, I do have a little bit of my e-chest, and oh, forgot to open my Omega crate key. How about we'll do this, guys? I'll get back on topic in a second here about what I was talking about previously. If we can get 5 likes for switching to BounceMC Prison, I will open this Omega crate key at the start of next episode. The Omega crate key is pretty much like the highest level crate key. You can get it through either being really lucky on the voting, which was in my case, or you could donate for it for like $8 in the server web store, which I'm not really into, but I did get it through voting, which is cool. And I do have 30 levels as well. So back on topic. So there's like no walls or doors or anything like that to separate, you know, the recording space. So pretty much anything that goes on in the house can be heard. You know, plus it's the basement, so I mean, if there's someone walking around on the upstairs, I hear their footsteps, and the microphone picks that up fairly decently. You know, it gets kind of annoying. Along with that, you know, you can hear, you know, voices, all this unnecessary background noise. You know, when I'm only used to having my PC fan, and that's easy to cancel out with a simple noise gate. But you know, you add all these other things, I really have to wait for like good times to record. You know, when it's either late at night, early in the morning, when there's not much going on in the house. So that's pretty much how that goes. And so what's gonna happen with my new room is, well, what we did was we stripped the wallpaper down, and then we put like this thing called primer, I think. And what it does is you put it on, and I don't have permission for this. Why would I not have permission for that area? That's interesting. It's this thing called primer, and what it is like you put it on, and like it makes paint go on smoother, which it made the paint go on pretty well. So we put on a coat of primer and 2 coats of just plain white paint in my room. It's like this shade called Snowbound, and it's like a white, but it's not like a pristine white. It's like it looks good is the point. And I'm gonna have like black furniture, and it's gonna accent well because my desk is like a glass and silver kind of thing. So I think it'll go really well. You know, my PC, my gaming setup's primarily black, so it'll all look nice together. And I'm also gonna set up my acoustic foam, which will help out a lot, because what happens is in this room, everything around me is hard. Like the only soft thing I think is maybe like, let me look. I think there's like, oh, there's my clock. Again, you guys might be able to hear my clock going off and you're doing the chime. You know, that's another issue I have to put up with. I think this is the first time you guys have ever heard it. But anyways, the only soft thing in this room is like a mattress that's like 10 feet off away from me. And that's like, you know, everything else obviously is going to bounce off and, you know, go back to the microphone, making kind of an echo effect, which I don't really like. It makes the audio quality degraded slightly. But when I get to my new setup and I can, you know, set up that acoustic foam, the audio quality is going to sound a lot better. And, you know, I'm going to be a lot more comfortable recording in that setup, because, you know, I won't feel like everyone's listening to me in my house, you know, like that. That feels weird, man. Anyways, so that's how that's going to go. So what we did is we have the paint completely done, and the carpet's dirty as heck. So the carpet's currently like a light blue. Obviously, we're going to replace it so it looks better with not only the rest of the house, but also with the white wall. I don't know what the exact shade's called, but it's like a brown. No, it's like a black white with like a tint of brown. I guess you could say. And what I want to do is I'm going to go to Spawn and get the coal from my ender chest and sell that stuff. But yeah, it's like that pretty much. And so we're gonna put that down. That's scheduled to come in on Wednesday. You guys are seeing this video Monday, so by the time this video's up, what the heck? Why am I not? Oh, okay, I was just lagging. That's interesting. There we go. Let's go and get this coal. There we go. Got it. Back to what B. Oh, what B? There we go. I also like the insta warps. I think that's cool, considering the fact like no one PvP'd, so there was no purpose for like a PvP teleport timer. So I'm nice that I think it's nice that was added. So let's see. By the time you guys are seeing this video, I don't think much else has really happened around the room. I mean, because the carpet's scheduled to come in Wednesday or Thursday, and then over the weekend, the furniture that I got, which has to be assembled, will come in on Tuesday. My dad and I will work on assembling that when that comes in, and then we'll install that over the weekend. And then after that, this weekend, so not this weekend, but like you guys are seeing this Monday, so like next weekend, like the first weekend of August, it is like the last weekend of July, I will be in Minnesota from like Sunday to Sunday, and so I'll pretty much have my room all set up, all good to go, soundproof, foam and everything. And then I go out of town, leave for Minnesota. So I have to go on the YouTube grind, pretty much grind out tons of videos. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have daily uploads up to that point when I leave for Minnesota. So that's Saturday, which would be like July. I want to say July 27th would be like till Saturday that day. I'd like to have daily uploads until then. And then hopefully I can get maybe 3 or 4 uploads in between during the time I'm in Minnesota. I think that would be decent. And I'm also running low on food, but I can just use one of my kits and get some food back, which will be okay. And wow, we're really far away from ranking up. And for this series, I'm gonna be doing some off-camera work, because I feel that like this server, like let's look at slash ranks. So obviously, so it gets harder and harder to rank up each time. So we look at now 450,000. Okay, to get all the way to Z, 6.6 billion. Obviously, I'm gonna have to do a little bit off-camera work. Hopefully, that doesn't bother too many of you guys, but I will be doing some off-camera work, because one of my main goals for this server and this series is also to beat the server. be free, because I've never been free on a prison server. I think it'd be cool for this to be the first one, considering that I do enjoy the server. It's just a fun experience, and so that's how that goes. So that's pretty much all I had to talk about. You know, my room being redone. You guys, the first content you will see will probably be like August 3rd or 4th. Will be like the first video you'll see of my new gaming setup. I will make it known. You know, I'll title that video like, you know, my new gaming setup, man. What I'd like to do is like for like a 50 sub special. I think that would be cool to like do like a room and gaming tour setup thing. That would be nifty, because like currently, like my current gaming setup is 2 monitors, keyboard, mouse, microphone, and a PC. Like that's it. And it's not a pretty thing. Doesn't make the best quality. I mean, it makes decent quality. I think it sounds okay, but it's gonna sound a lot better in my closed room with no background noise whatsoever, and you know, soundproof foam. It'll just sound a lot better. Be a lot more enjoyable content for you guys. But anyways, so that's pretty much it for this episode of Prison. I'm gonna do some off-camera work, see if I can make it to C, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Prison or video on my channel. My name is Fearful Rage. Say in peace.